My name is Kaguhangire. I'm the CEO of UWESO. I've been in UWESO for the last 2 years, and my background has never been in any NGO. It's a new world, and I've enjoyed it. I've been in the business sector. I worked in URA for 23 years, and then I was the executive director of Uganda Investment Authority. So that's all that I've ever done for my country. But these recent 2 years have been another interesting new area. I find it very interesting. First of all, UWESO is Uganda women's effort to save orphans. But over some time, UWESO has come from being just an orphanage-focused organization to now focusing on a holistic approach to a child in crisis. Those are orphans and vulnerable children. So this is an organization which started 40 years back in 1986 by our First Lady, Mama Janet Museveni. They assumed power in 1986. After that, so many things happened. First of all, they came with orphans from that crisis period of war, the Kadogos. And these Kadogos had no parents. The army life was their own life they know, their only life they know. So because of going through all that, after now getting into power, now the country was starting to stabilize. But these little children who were Kadogos, who found themselves in the war, they had nothing to do or where to go. And that's when our First Lady looked at that and saw that there is a need to help these children who miss that opportunity also to be children like any other child, or to be given the benefits, or to be helped to benefit from what a parent would have given them. And in that very time, again, we are hit by AIDS, HIV. HIV became another problem. So in those two crisis situations, that's when our First Lady decided to found this UWESO. But of course, she could not do that alone. She had to look for some few friends, women, to sit together as mothers of the nation to help these children who are in crisis. That's how UWESO started in 1986. So it came as a sort of an emergency intervention. At that time, they thought they were to help only orphans. And they did a lot of work. They formed a home, that is Masurita Children's Home. And they started accommodating those children, mainly to provide basic needs, shelter, health. But along the way, they found that that's not enough. They saw that the crisis is not in one area. So they decided to have women members across the country. These women members, wherever they are in the districts of Uganda, they are the UWESO. So they are supposed to give that hand of help to those needy children. As we talk, UWESO is covering almost 112, it's covering 112 districts of the country. And of course, we are continuing to expand to other areas. That is what we term as BEC, branch executive committees in that area. And every district has a chairperson, vice chair. We have a committee of leaders. This structure, you have the leaders in the region, leaders in the district, leaders at the sub-county, leaders at the village, and the clusters in the village. And that one has made UWESO to be very stable and reaching the grassroots. So from that phase, again, as we continue to live and get to understand the needs of these children, UWESO had to take another higher step from providing basic needs, and also to add on value to these children. If they had their parents, they would go to school, they would learn skills, they would be able to live and also survive and live also and thrive. So that's how UWESO now continued to give education to these children. So many have been impacted through education, through vocational skillings, and of course, these are people who are children coming from crisis. So there is that issue of dealing with the psychological issues, the challenges that children are going through, those stressful situations and experiences children experience. So there is that time of trying to help them. Then after that, you can be able to deal with other areas of their lives, to give them education, to help them concentrate, because they have to forget that trauma that they have gone through. As we talk right now, we have also gone beyond only looking at the children as orphans. We have now gone to the vulnerable, we have gone to street children, those who are affected by domestic violence, so many crises that a child goes through. Some of them are abandoned, so many things. Others have HIV, and you find that these children, if they are not managed well, they will not have life. So it has gone beyond just orphans. Now it has gone to those other areas, plus even youth. We help youth, young mothers, those who become pregnant when they are young and they are little children because of the environment. Along that way, UWESO the women could not manage to make an impact when they are poor also. So one of the main strategy that was applied is to empower women. They are trained how to save, trained how to make some small enterprises, how to make money, so that when they get strong, they are able to make an impact to their children in the community. As we talk, those women have come up to even own properties. They have different groups of doing business. We started a circle for them. They borrow money from there, and they are able to make impact to their businesses. These children that we rehabilitate, some of them you find that they cannot go to primary level or secondary schools, even if they are a bit old. You find they are teenagers and they feel they cannot go back to start from P1 and then go back to school. Some of them don't. So what we do is to pick these children and train them in those very skills that are going to make an impact to their lives. So on skilling, already we have 2 vocational schools. We have one at Masulita, another one in Nigeria. We have trained a number of them, in addition to the formal education that we give to many others. We had a project in Nigeria which trained around 300 children. Then they were trained and then they were taken back into their areas to be able to establish themselves. And also they are still, the vocation is still running with whoever comes in and they prefer that, we give them. Those who prefer to go back to formal education, we take them. We have doctors, we have members of parliament, we have lawyers, we have business members, we have some in the army, we have a number of children. And recently, when I came in, I encouraged them to form an alumni association, which is really in the process of mobilizing all of them to make an impact by getting back to their parent UWESO to also support. We have head of programs here. He was also a child of UWESO. We help children who come to stay in our home. We help children wherever they are, that you hear across the country. We have those ones that we also help them in their homes if they have where to stay. Maybe they have a guardian, they have a distant relative, but they are in need, so we help them. Recently, we had a very big project with USAID, and that project was impacting so many households, more than 30,000 households in the eastern region. Unfortunately, the project stopped, but even if it stopped, we know that the work was being done in those 2.5 years that we covered with them. The impact was there. So there is a lot that is being done. Then look at now government depends on UWESO to receive street children, because government has no homes, remand homes or rehabilitation homes. So what they do when they rescue them from the streets, KCCA calls us and we accommodate them. Those children so far, we have taken 409 to school, back to school in Karamoja, that is in a Park district. We also have others, 340 here at Masulita, who are under rehabilitation. We have those who are in early education. We have 540 children in Mijera Secondary School who are coming from the same environment. Some are from even the area in the community. So the number of children that are being helped are so many. It is huge. It is huge. Yes, we focused on empowering women and caretakers of these children to see that economically they are empowered to create income security. So our focus is to continue to see that they come from that situation to total independence. They are independent of themselves. So that's another area that we are focusing on. And also as UWESO, to see that we can sustain ourselves also with our members. That is the sustainability we are looking at, to have self-reliance. One thing is that UWESO as an institution, it has a legacy of resilience. It has survived for 40 years with no specific funding. That's a sign of resilience, because challenges were many, and at the same time, the pressures are too high, but we have been able to move on and move on. That's one area. Number two is to see that the people that we have impacted, the beneficiaries, they're in different positions of leadership. That's a big legacy, and we are proud of that. So it is something that we believe that UWESO is a record to show that anyone can do it. I think that's what I can even tell the young ones and other people. In any situation, you can manage. Whether you are an individual, whether you are an institution and you are struggling, whether you are a family, you can manage. You can manage. It's all about self-confidence, knowing that you are capable, you are able. You know, it depends on the mind. That's one thing also that we are focusing on, actually. Mindset, we focus on dealing with the root cause of these problems. These children who find themselves in this, we want to be a voice, advocate, and try to see that we deal with a mindset. Children who get out of families because of violence, because of traditions and cultures, the mindset is a big thing. Sensitization and training and helping people to know what those values, family values, is very, very important. It's also an area that we are focusing on. So I would encourage the public, come and join with us, come and partner with us. The cause is very, very important, and for good reasons. Whatever we get, we have our integrity, we have our principles, as our patron is. We follow the right procedures, institutionalized systems. We have good systems that the resources are managed very, very well. And that's part of our strength, to see that we are able to manage the situations that would have swallowed us up without any funding. But we're able to do that. So I want to thank our partners, because without them, we wouldn't be where we are. And that's why we want to partner again with them, to see that we find means of how we can develop our self-reliance.